The following contest is a singles match scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Demolition Woman LA TAYLOR.
Making a debut to Hammerlock here in Sevenoaks is the Demolition Woman LA TAYLOR. When this match was announced, I did a bit of research on LA TAYLOR, and I did find like a YouTube type video, and literally she's called the Demolition Woman, and I watched that clip and it looks like she's absolutely like living up to that moniker. She's there and she is beating the crap out of people for a good 2.5 minutes. You're like, watch out. Do you know what I mean? And that's exactly the kind of situation we find ourselves here in this contest. Whoever's going to get in the ring with LA TAYLOR better watch out. You don't earn a nickname like the Demolition Woman for nothing. The second match of the women's division here in Hammerlock. Of course, Brookside had a very impressive victory in Maidstone. The tradition lives on. Who's going to get their win? Who's going to get their hand raised here tonight in Sevenoaks? It's fight or flight.
Introducing her opponents.
Well, here we go, it's going to be the Demolition Woman versus the Radioactive one in SAFIRE REED. Straight off the bat, let's tailor this one up and say that the height weight differentials absolutely favour the Demolition Woman, as you'd expect with a nickname like that. 6 foot, 200 pounds of the Demolition Woman against 5'4", 120 pounds of SAFIRE REED. It is a mismatch on paper. Referee Tom Scarborough calls the bell, gets the bell, and this one is officially under the way. The second match of the women's division here in Hammerlock. And SAFIRE REED's noticing the height difference straight away. Looks determined, looks ready for a fight. It's going to have to be. Oh, an elbow tie up. Oh, look how deep TAYLOR has it in. And just pushes away, just shoves her away. And that's exactly what you can expect. She is well versed in traditional Cornish wrestling, obviously, from being from that part of the world. You watch the way she moves, watch the way that she grapples, watch the way that she pushes off. It's very fierce, it's very kind of rough and ready. It's not as finessed, it's very kind of like, Grr. So there you go once more. Not just a hip toss, but kind of like a hip throw. And SAFIRE REED's going to have to do very well indeed to get out of the way of those shots. Can't really afford to be grappled at any stage in this contest where she can. Stick and move, I think, would, as Dean would say. Goes for a hip toss, but it didn't go anywhere. TAYLOR made herself dead weight, led right on top and straight back on the advantage. Not a bad idea there from SAFIRE REED, calling LA TAYLOR in, using ego to her advantage, and comes through both feet, and down goes LA TAYLOR. Smart move by Reed, trying to get TAYLOR angry. When you're giving up weight, when you're giving up height, you've got to think, what can I do? What's the game plan? Is it going to be about agility? Is it going to be about technique? Is it about speed? Are you going to try and outthink your opponent? What's going to be the strategy? I tell you, the strategy for Sapphire Reed, I really do believe it is stick and move. Back in the ring we go. Tom Scarborough keeping good order of this one. Off the ropes, off the ropes. She bounced into that side slam. She bounced her into it. That's technique, that's power, that is scary. 1, 2, nonchalant cover, and Sapphire Reed almost succumbed at that early stage. Now she's got fight left in her yet though. Crowd resolutely behind Sapphire Reed. I tell you, she's going to need the crowd, I have a feeling. The powers from Pole Safe. That's just absolute dominance. She's basically swung her around in a circle and then wham! Straight into the turnbuckle. And the native of Polzef is having her way with Sapphire Reed here at the moment. Scarborough's getting in there, almost getting a count of 5. And you know what? Taylor didn't even look at Scarborough. She was just listening to the count and she didn't care, I swear. More of that rough and ready style that she's become known for all across the country. Scarborough there, man, admonishing, saying, you've got a 5 count, you've got a 5 count. I tell you what, she is sticking just about to the 5 count. I don't think she cares. She's bending every single rule we've got here to try and gain an advantage. And you know what, she doesn't really need to gain the advantage using that. She's got the power alone. Go on, Irish whip! Reed left her feet. You see that? She left her feet as she was swung in, as she hit that top turnbuckle. Her feet left the ground. That is supreme force being dealt out here by the Demolition Woman. You've got to give credit to Reed though. She's fighting back as best she can, but look at that. She got 5 shots into the midsection of Taylor, and it took 1 shot from Taylor. Bam! She's back down on the canvas. Or in a neck wrench. Almost like she's displaying her to the crowd here in Sevenoaks, just dragging her around, saying, look at this, and then kneeing her right in the side of the temple. Still to come, we may well have a main event for you. We're not quite sure at this stage. Muscles Mansfield hoping, I presume he's hoping to get back in some kind of walking shape to be able to at least get to the ring to face Jim Diehard in your second of 2 UK heavyweight tournament qualifiers. But for now, it's LA Taylor being dominant against Sapphire Reed. And the native in South East London has had a world of pain presented to her from what is so far been a very, very impressive debut from the Demolition Woman. And you've got to give Sapphire Reed credit though, she's fighting every single thing she's got. She's hitting those shots, she's trying to get back to her feet, but once more, it's the second time in as many minutes really. She's tried to mount an offense and bam, 1 shot, she's down to the canvas. She's going to have to stick and move. She's going to have to get like shots in. She's going to have to try and get some kind of distance. Look at this, look at the strength. Look at the strength of Taylor just releasing her. It's that release again, it's that Cornish tradition. It's not about the finesse of landing, it's just pick and drop. Reed floats over. This could be a moment. We said she had to stick and move. Well, this is certainly the sticking and the moving part. Kick to the midsection. She's got to try and get the advantage. She's got to stay on her where she can. Kick right to the side of the head. And for the first time in this contest, Taylor is reeling, and that's an enziguri. And Taylor having to almost use the ropes to stop her from going down to the canvas. If Reed is going to strike, she's going to have to strike right now. Explodes the drop kick. Taylor in trouble. Reed on the ascendancy now for the first time in this contest. Try to go to the top rope, and the problem is when you try to go to the top rope, it's a risk. It's a risk that you take, and the risk hasn't paid off there for Reed. And she's once again in the clutches of LA Taylor, who has been dominating pretty much since the bell went. And now Reed trying to, once again, trying to mount an offense, but it's so hard for her. Look at this, she can barely move Taylor around. Well, she comes back with a clothesline though. Taylor wasn't expecting it. Reed gets the shot in. What can she do now? Has she got anything left? She's been beaten since the bell's gone. She's going over for the cover, but it took a very long time to get there. Not only a 2.5. Maybe if she was able to get the cover quicker, she would have got more, but she was too far away after the clothesline hit. Uh-oh. Went for the kick one too many times and just sweeps the legs as Taylor and does it with no real problem. Lift her up. Oh, she lifted her. Look how easy it was to lift her up as well. So easy. Got rid of waistlock, and that is reversed very quickly. Broke out though by Reed. Reed floats over, floats up. Oh, a wheelbarrow suplex! And Reed looks glazy-eyed after that one. Middle of the ring, arm stretched. Taylor could just reach for the cover now. It would probably be done. Wow. That's that strength, that's the power we're talking about. Uh-oh. Off the rope she goes. I've seen this before. Sky high, down goes Reed. You can probably count to 20. And that will be academic, folks. Huge win for Taylor.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the Demolition Woman LA TAYLOR.
Well, demolition by name, demolition by nature. Sapphire Reed, I tell you what, she gave a good outing, didn't she? She tried, she never gave up, she fought, and she fought, but she just was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that was devastating by LA Taylor. What a debut for her here in Sevenoaks at Fight or Flight. You have to say at the end, it's a dominant display by Taylor. It's a plucky outing for Reed. But it is LA Taylor who walks on a bit of a hand raised, and you've got to say deservedly so. What a win.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, a round of applause for